My Hero Academia, Season 8, Episode 7 from Aizawa. You guys have no idea how long I've been holding or trying to hold in that All for One never truly died. All that and more after this. Alright, guys, Brent here back for Geek Variants. Cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings. We cover a wide variety of content on the channel. If you're already subscribed, you already know. If you hit a like on one of our videos in the past, it's been suggested to you as well. But this episode of My Hero Academia paid off in a big way. We finally had an anime where we had an ensemble cast have a payoff. And I know a lot of people be like, well, what about Naruto? Look, the ensemble cast never mattered. It was always the big three and then two or four primary characters. In this anime, all of class 1A is here. Even even the weird purple ball guy who I still hate. But that's a whole nother dilemma for a whole nother day. This anime brought a wide variety of characters that they actually fleshed out, actually took time to build, and brought them here to help and save the main character who truly, without assistance from everyone right now, would falter and fail. While Deku has incredible heart, incredible courage, and just an incredible kindness and just a care and sympathy for those around him, the ability to get things done has been outside of his grasp for a good long while now. Not because of his fault, but just because All for One is unfortunately that individual. He is one of the better written villains in anime, and a lot of people do not want to hear that, and I understand. This anime just had its Avengers Assemble moment, and we all remember back when Marvel was actually a good property and was actually enjoyable in cinema. This was the last bastion of that hope, and this anime bringing everything together in the final season is absolutely beautiful because we learn in this episode that everything has been staged perfectly till this moment in time. There wasn't one stone left unturned. There wasn't one thing that was out of place. Every single point in Shigaraki's life has been planned and calculated and just accounted for to the umpteenth degree until now. Shigaraki's father had been infiltrated by All for One a long, long time ago and happened to use everything involving his anger and trying to twist what was going on involving his son for a long period of time. He literally got a job near construction, became friends with Kitaro, and then was able to push him and try and have him to have another child. Another child is born only then for All for One to then use a quirk that he had manipulated and reversed just to give it to Shigaraki, that because Shigaraki's body wasn't the natural inheritor of it, would have a hard time to control, and it only had the destructive abilities of decay. That is psychological warfare of the umpteenth degree. To hate your rival so bad, you find his teacher, his master, his sensei, find their family, become best friends with them, force them to have a child almost, and then manipulate that child as a weapon of destruction is diabolical work of the umpteenth degree. And to have everything pay off so beautifully for him is crazy because we finally broke Shigaraki this episode. We were able to get through the heart of darkness and have him see the light that he still truly wanted to be a hero, but he wanted to be a hero for the dark side, for the people like Dabi, for the people who are more dark, who've had the world just straight up against them. And Shigura definitely encapsulated a lot of darkness in the world because as we saw couple people on the live stream were like, let this world end, let everything just collapse, everything needs to be over. And he embodied that evil to the umpteenth degree. And he, for those who had already given up hope, he had given them that hope back, that the world could eventually end and that justice could prevail. And here we are with All for One eventually shattering Shigura, destroying him and everything that he was psychologically, to then take over his body. And the only thing left remaining is Shigura's screams. The boy who accidentally ended his dog, and how dare you make me watch that a second time, first of all, to then have his screams coming out of the remainder of this vessel be the only thing that can left be had is insanely dirty work, even from a villain. And the fact that Deku was left there without his arms that shattered during the mental battle as Shiguro was accidentally decaying him to death, trying to force his way to continue on with the path that he had chosen, only for Deku's kindness and helping hand be able to save him. Because we've seen so many countless times where Deku has been saved by the cast around him. If the supporting cast did not exist, Deku would not have made it this far. Anyone with any level of intelligence understands that. So the fact that the 1A class now has Avenger style jumped through these portals that Aizawa, the true teacher for Deku, I know there's going to be some backlash on that comment, but at the same time, Aizawa has done more than All Might ever has. All Might has given him vague advice and some level of physical training with barely any level of mental understanding pertaining to anything. Aizawa has actually taken the time to sit down with this kid emotionally, mentally, and help guide him and mold him and help push him to be the best that he can be. And this is where we're at. Eri broke her little dang horn, and boy, did that break me emotionally, because that is so tender and so sweet, because she said that everyone works so hard to give her some level of joy in her life when she believed none ever existed. And then for her to turn around and sacrifice her own power in order to ensure that Deku would be able to just stand up and be himself again is just crazy. And then Aizawa, of course, out here dropping the bar, "Don't you dare not let us hear Eri sing," is just crazy work. Well written, well fleshed out. I'm so happy this anime took a turn more for the adult side, because when it has absolutely cooked. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it, as I'm hoping you are. You just listened to me talk for about 8 minutes. Clearly, there's something in the content here that you enjoy, and we have more stuff on the way, such as I'll be eventually getting to the Mighty Nine. Might do a 2 episode breakdown for that one. I know I'm late. My apologies. Had a lot going on. I'll be back tomorrow to cover One Punch Man's atrocious third season, as Will is keeping up with all things Gotcha Kuda. I've been Brent for Geek Variants. We'll see y'all in the next episode.